Just wait until you see what that button does. In fact, I think I'll show you now. Yo yo yo, welcome back to the channel. Still need an haircut, as you can see. Today we're going to be doing something I've never done before and I'll probably never do again. Well, I'll probably do the LED strips again, but never in a little sensory den. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. It's the den. This is the den. It's got a little upstairs and a slide. And around this side we've got like a little dome window, ladders to get up there because the little girl likes climbing. So we've done that, and then on the inside, it's a bit dark in here. It does need more little sensory toys sticking on the wall, so if you can think of anything, comment below and I'll get them and I'll stick them in. And I'm going to be putting the LED strip across there and across there with a little LED control panel inside that. So I'll show you how to do that. It's going to be my first time soldering LED strips. I'll wish me luck on that. And yeah, so I built all this myself, everything. I'm not a joiner by a long stretch, but it's pretty solid. I've stood on there, it's pretty good. So yeah, not just a pretty face. First things first, so massive big thank you to Collingwood for this. Collingwood knew that I was doing this for a little girl with autism, and they sent me this out completely free. I didn't ask them to, they offered to do it, they offered it me. So obviously I said, yeah, sure thing, why not? I've had a little look at it. It's a quality bit of kit, so I'm going to be using that. Then I've bought this little cheap controller off Amazon, I think it was. Gone for the black one so it stands out on the white wall. And yeah, you can just change the colour of this strip with that. Quite nice. I'll put it in a flush back box. And because I'm doing 2 runs of strip, I've got some of this little 5-core, or 5-core cable that'll link the 2 together. But yeah, big shout out to Collingwood, thanks a lot for that, I really appreciate it. Awesome. Right, so what I need to do first and foremost, but this isn't what the video is going to be about, so there's no power over on this side of this room whatsoever, so I need to get power here. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is stick a double socket in this wall here. There's a basement underneath here where all the power is, so it shouldn't be difficult at all to get a double socket stuck there. And then what I can do is I'm just going to plug it in, 3 amp fuse, because obviously I want this to just sort of be removable. And obviously being a socket there, could put a spur there, but a socket's more useful should this ever disappear, so I might as well stick that in. And this is the voided bit. I can put my drivers and stuff all on here, plug it in, come round here with the leads, with the LED strip leads, which will then come out in the back somewhere. There's also a slight gap from the wall to there, so the cables can run across that. And it should be pretty safe, like 2 years old, so for obvious reasons, the switch, and which isn't a switch, it's the controller, stuff like that, it's all well, this is 24 volts, so she can't hurt herself on it. The LED profile that's going to go up on the inside of there is the LED profile that's going on the inside. It comes with the mounting brackets and stuff, but I'm going to get rid of the brackets because you can pull the profile back down by doing that. We'll do that, so I'm just going to drill some holes through it and I'm going to screw it up properly so it can't be pulled back down. Oh yeah, that's where the switch is going. Well, not the switch, but the controller, wherever that's gone. Socket's on, that's out the way. So there's the power supply, and this box is fixed in. Just stuck a couple of screws through the sidewards into the wood, and then the little control panel thing will sit in there nicely, so she can turn it on and off. Right, now let's get to it and get the lights fitted. Right then, getting in there weren't too bad, but getting back out I think is going to be the problem. Right, so what we're going to be doing is, just hang on one sec. Hello? Yeah? Right, no. Nick, listen mate, listen. I've got no spare Copex. You rang me 10 minutes ago and asked the same question. Right mate, yeah, I'll speak to you again in 10 minutes, yeah, no worries mate. Bye. Sorry about that. Right, where was I? So, I think I'm going to just go through the middle 2 sections, a strip across there, strip across there. Obviously it'd be nice to just run one long strip right through there. Sorry, yeah, so it'd be nice to just run one long strip right through the middle, but that can't happen because, like I said, she's only 2, nearly 3 years old, and she can just get her hands on the top of it and pull it down. She will. So it needs to go up tight to this or this, but I'm going to go in there, so just for the height. So what I need to do is just drill through the middle of that out to the back. Same again there, through there out to the back, and then get a measure for our profile. And I'm going to fix it straight up to that rather than using the clips because she'll pull it down. So yeah, let me just get a measurement here and drill through, and we'll go and cut our profile. Pretty sure I didn't press record then, so what I've done is I just measured 2 of the profiles at 615. I measured from one end cap 615, same again, measured from one end cap 615. I'll leave the other end open so the cable or the LED strip can run out the back. I've not brought a proper hacksaw with me, so I'm using this. Going to stick a couple of holes inside the profile, and I'm just going to use this is actually a wood bit. You see the little point on the end. I've actually learnt from watching joiners on YouTube that if you're drilling through aluminium, these wood bits are actually better than a lot, so let's try it, eh? Yeah, nice and clean that, and it didn't struggle. So I'm just going to stick a few of them through, probably 3 or 4. A bit of aluminium on the end of that. Nice. Let's do 4, eh? You'd think that tip would just snap off. Just turn that light down. You'd think that tip would just snap, but it's gone through there. It's not left any sharp shards or anything. It's done a lovely hole. And I'm just going to use the screws that come with it to screw it up because they've got a nice small head on them. So they can sit inside there nice and fairly flush. I don't think they'll come through the wood. I better check that first though. So I'm going to go and get them screwed up and get myself in that nice little tiny den again. Lovely job for a Sunday. Right then, oh, I'm in such an awkward situation here. Right, so that fits nicely. I'm gonna try and get one screw in. I'm gonna put this side in first near the hole, so I can see where it runs up to. I'm gonna sort of go there with that. So there's the first one in. Not too bad actually. So now I'm just going to try and level it off by eye, which is a bit easier said than done when you're in a tiny gap. It's not quite in the middle, that hole, but hey, right, we'll go there. I'm purposely putting these screws through on an angle because they just might go through if I put them straight, but they definitely won't go through on the angle, definitely not. That's nice and tight. Can't wait to see this finished. I think I'm going to want to stay in here myself. You'd think when making this place, I'd make the door big enough for myself to get into, knowing full well I had to get in here anyway. Right, so I'm going to try and show you exactly what I'm planning on doing, and then I'll show you how I'm doing it. Basically, on the back wall, like we said, we've got a hole there that runs to that strip and a hole there that runs to that strip. We need a 5-core cable for coming out of that, a 5-core coming out of that. Either joint them both together there and then run one 5-core cable round to the switch controller. I'm just going to call it a switch, but it's that controller there, so that's the switch. Run it around to the switch, and then we need to, in this case, 24 volt feed into that switch as well. So I'm going to mount this Collingwood driver on the outside of this, on the back of here somewhere like that, which will then plug into that there, and then on the outgoing side of the driver, 24 volts will go into the switch, and then the 5-core cable out to the light. So it's as simple as that. This comes with the LED, this comes with a Collingwood kit there, a little receiver and a finger, but we're not going to use that because she's only a little girl. She'll won't understand all these little settings and she'll probably lose it or break it. Right, so I'll show you the little setup I've got. Got this little solder mate thing because obviously it looks quite difficult to try and hold all those 5 little cores, they're only tiny. So bought that. I've probably got the worst soldering iron. Plugged into our new socket, by the way. Probably got the worst soldering iron. I'm sort of cheated a little bit. These cables already came stripped with little tiny ends, so I'm just going to keep them like that. And these pads. So I think you've got to tin the pads first with the solder and tin the ends of the leads and then just sort of touch them together. So I'm just going to give it a whirl. Probably get loads of stick in the comments for it because I'm probably doing loads of things wrong, but anyway, I put the sharpest little tip on there that came in this set here. Yeah, I don't know what that thing's for, but it's like a giant syringe. Right, so I'm just going to tin the ends of these up and see how it goes. Don't laugh at me. I don't have a clue. I don't have an absolute clue how you do this, so I'm just going to sort of try it. Is this thing even on? Right, well that vanished. Kind of melts but just vanishes. I don't know where it's going. Oh, I was on a roll then. Right, so let's try and get the black and green done because they're kind of lined up nicely. So let's see if we can get them in. Oh my good lord, that was hard. It's not the prettiest, but none of them are touching. It seems to be alright. I've probably burnt the LED strip out or something. Big up to Big Clive, man. He just goes whip, paints it on like it's simple. That was well hard to do. So now I'm going to stick a bit of... Where are we? Lost it already. Stick a bit of heat shrink over it because obviously, you know, LED strip professional, can't leave it without that. Do you know what I mean? Been doing it years. So yeah, just clipping them round, just using a couple of them staples just to hold them up so they don't sag down there. Come through the back of there like that, and they're just going to go. I'll staple them up to the top there and just drop them into the box. Right, so this is where we're at. Plugged in, well it's not plugged in, plug that in. That goes to the driver, which I've just mounted there. 240 volts in, 24 volts out, goes to that switch, and then the two strips run from that switch there, which is there. Lights are up in the middle. I'm just gonna have a big tidy up here, get rid of loads of my stuff which just seems to have started piling up more and more and more. I'm just gonna have a big tidy up, connect this up, get the diffusers on, push it back. Right, welcome back again. Back, obviously, not back to you, but it's been a couple of weeks for me now, so and I'll explain why. Full of a cold, so bear with me. It's not COVID, look, negative, COVID negative. So yeah, back doing this now. It's been a few weeks now because the controller that I had was broke, so I've got a new one. Nice new one. So what I did for the time being was I just put a normal switch on it and just connected it up to the white colour light. So that's connected like that. I'm going to take that off now. I'm going to put that back on. The worst thing possible for me, because I've never done this before, I've never used the LED controller before, the fact that the LED controller was broke and it was doing silly colours and stuff, I was just like, don't know, is it broke? Maybe if I'd have done it a lot, I'd have known it was broke straight away, but it took me a bit of figuring out that it was the actual controller. So yeah, change the controller now and hopefully it won't be broken. It's been that long, I can't remember where I was up to with the previous footage, so if I've sort of skipped anything, sorry about that. Can't remember where I was up to. All I'm going to do now, I'm just going to unplug this. Remember, it's plugged in behind this unit here, so I'll just pull this out, unplug it, reconnect up the new controller, which is pretty straightforward. I'll show you that now. It's pretty straightforward. I'll show you the back of it. New controller. It's just got, it's not really focusing in on that, but you've just got your white, blue, green, red and positive that goes to the strip,
and you've got your positive and negative that comes from the transformer, which is also mounted behind there. So let me just get this off and I'll show you where we're at. Right, sorry for the poor light, I'm just using my phone now as a torch for you. So yeah, it's a bit of a mess in here because I disconnected it and redone it so many times thinking I was doing something wrong, but I wasn't. So we've got the 2 strips, so we're just going to be doubling them up. Got your white, blue, red and green light, and then negative, which is going to go, I may have already shown you all this, I'm not sure, I can't remember now, which just goes in the first, sorry, not negative, positive, in your first lot of them. White, blue, green, red and positive, and then positive and negative from the transformer, which is them 2 there. So we'll get that connected up now and I'll show you. Right, so I'll show you connected up. It's a bit fiddly because most of the time you won't have them doubled up like this because you just have the 1 LED strip running, or you'd have that jointed to that somewhere else. But basically you've just got white, blue, green, red and then a positive. And then obviously from your transformer, positive and negative. The actual LED strip itself has got a constant positive charge, which I've used as the black. You can use whatever you want, you decide, as long as you do it both ends. But a constant positive connection to the strip, and then it's got the negative, and each one of these colours is negative once it's switched, so it's like negative switching kind of thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to screw that back and then I'll show you it working. Just wait until you see what that button does. It's brilliant. In fact, I think I'll show you now. Right, that is the finished product. So you obviously got white, which we're on now. You can dim it down and stuff. Dim it. Go back up. Actually, it dims quite well. You can just pick the preset colours, obviously the red, yellow, green or whatever. Or then you've got the colour wheel. And then you've got this mode, I think that just sort of flicks through it itself. Yeah, just changes colours by itself. That's probably the one it'll stay on. It's really sensory, stuff like that. Pretty good. Need to get some more stuff to put on the walls. And yeah, we're done. Thanks very much for tuning in, and I'm sorry I've not uploaded a video for a while. Don't forget to subscribe, really do appreciate it. Massive shout out again to Collingwood for sending them lights over. Really grateful for that. Yeah, see you on the next one. Peace.